right, you guys, before we get into today's episode of the pod, you guys have to subscribe because I'm looking at you and you are not subscribed to the channel yet. And also, you have to hit the notification bell because you're not going to know when I post if you don't have notifications when I post. And then also share the video, you guys, so all your family, friends, anybody you may know can tune into this podcast. And then also like the video so I know you guys are liking these episodes. And then also comment down below who you guys would like to see on this podcast. It could be anybody. Just let me know. And then also follow my social medias. I'm going to pop them on the screen so you guys can stay up to date with everything to do with this podcast. And then also check out the Spotify version as well. It's going to be in the description. So click that link if you want to listen to the Spotify version. And then also the take.sport.blog. I am a sports writer. So go ahead and check out those articles. If you guys do not click that link, you guys are going to be missing out on some of the best articles you'll ever read. So make sure to go click that link below. But let's go ahead and get into this pod, you guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of the Take Podcast. I am, of course, your host, the Jackson Burleson. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about my top 10 centers in the NBA right now. So make sure to stay tuned for this episode because you do not want to miss out on this top 10 list. But let's go ahead and start out with this list with number 10, Jusuf Nurkic. Now, Jusuf Nurkic, he is the Portland Trailblazers center. He is a stretch big. He is a very versatile 7-footer. He can do a lot of different things. He can shoot the basketball. He can put the basketball on the floor and take it to the dribble. He's got a nice post spin. He's able to sit there in the post and kind of just spin, put a little hook up. I mean, that's one of his best shots. That's his go-to. And he's a very strong physical player. But he's also a very underrated passer. He did play with Nikola Jokic for a few years in Denver before going to the Portland Trailblazers. And that's where he got a lot of his IQ from. That's where he got a lot of his passing abilities from. He learned it from Jokic, as you guys can see what Jokic is doing right now. Jusuf Nurkic is like Nikola Jokic's little brother, except he just doesn't pass as much as Jokic does, and he doesn't bring the ball up the floor like Jokic does. But Jusuf Nurkic, he's still an elite passer. He's great in the pick and roll. He's able to, kick it out to him in the pick and pop. He can shoot the three whenever he wants to. I mean, he's just a very versatile big man, and he's a perfect stretch five for this Portland Trailblazers team. And the fact that the Portland Trailblazers haven't won a championship with Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic is absolutely insane to me because Jusuf Nurkic is a very good center, and he's very underrated. A lot of people don't give him the credit he is due because he does space the floor out, and he does give you more opportunities to shoot the three ball, which is a big part of today's NBA. So I got Jusuf Nurkic at number 10 to start this list. Now, speaking of guys who space the floor out, we got number 9, Brook Lopez. Now, Brook Lopez, we all remember him as the guy in Brooklyn and New Jersey when he was a net, posting guys up, down low, just little hook shots, always having his points around the basket, nothing outside the paint area. But now he's completely changed his game, and he is one of the best three-point shooters in the league. He's shooting 39% from three this year, but he's also really evolved his defense as well. He's averaging 2.6 blocks per game this year. He just, every time someone comes into the lane, he's always there contesting the shot. It doesn't matter who it is. And that's why Brook Lopez is such a good player for this Milwaukee Bucks team, and he always gives them a chance to win each and every night because he's on the floor. He's a great complimentary piece for Giannis because Giannis can just kick it to the corner and Brook Lopez can just splash the three. I mean, Brook Lopez, for him to go from only scoring in the paint as a net to being able to be one of the best three-point shooters in the league as a center is honestly a very incredible transition, and it needs to have more respect on it because you don't see players doing that. I mean, you see players like Jahlil Okafor who can't shoot the three ball and they're out of the league in like 4 years. Brook Lopez should be out of the NBA technically because he couldn't, if he couldn't evolve his game into what it is now, he'd be out of the league 100%. But I got Brook Lopez at number 9. I mean, he's just a super underrated center. He's one of the best defenders in the NBA at the center position. So I got him at number 9. 9 on my list. And above him, I got Jared Allen, a very good defensive center as well. But he is just solely around the rim, honestly. He's got that little free throw jumper that he kind of uses time and time again, but he is strictly around the rim. You throw it up to him, that's an alley-oop dunk. I mean, you give it to him in the post, he's going to turn around and do this little hook. You give it to him, you just dump it to him, he's going to throw it down with 2 hands. And his posters, you guys, woo! Oh my God. Like, this guy will literally embarrass people. He embarrasses people. He's got such a long wingspan that, like, no center can really contest his shot when he goes up to the rim. When he goes up and dunks, it's like, just move out of the way. Seriously, like, just save yourself, okay? Like, but he's a little less physical, but, like, his athleticism and his wingspan really make up for that, because he can literally be, like, about 5 feet away from the basket and still be able to dunk it. He's got such a long wingspan. And he can jump from the free throw line and just throw the ball in there. I mean, this guy literally does it all on the defensive end as a center. He's a perfect center. He's got the most athletic tools out of any center on this list, I think. Just my personal opinion. He literally is so good in the fast break. I mean, in transition, he's so dangerous because you got him running down the floor with Darius Garland. Darius Garland's just going to throw that up. And for any point guard throwing an alley-oop to this guy, you do not have to be accurate with your passes because he can literally catch it from anywhere. You can throw it behind him. You can throw it way in front of him. He's still catching the alley-oop. And Jared Allen, I can't believe the Brooklyn Nets even traded this guy. What is wrong with them, first of all? Like, imagine if Jared Allen was on the Brooklyn Nets right now. Imagine how much better they would be, because they would have a good defensive center down low that can block shots. And Jared Allen is a very good rebounder. He's super efficient. He shoots 61% from the field. But most of his shots are under the basket, but still, that's a really good percentage from the field. And I got Jared Allen at number 8. I can't wait to see what he does in the playoffs this year with the Cavs. Super excited. And at number 7, we have 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Now, we all know Rudy Gobert got traded from the Utah Jazz for 5 draft picks, whatever it was. That was the worst trade ever. That was the worst trade ever. You're giving up 5 draft picks for Rudy Gobert? What the heck are you thinking? Rudy Gobert, I put him at number 7 because I think he's the most overrated center in the NBA. I'm going to say this again. Rudy Gobert is the most overrated center in the NBA. He's not flashy. He's pretty simple. He just plays his role. He's very efficient, though. I mean, he shoots 67% from the field, which is absolutely unheard of. But, I mean, he averages 12 rebounds a game. He is a very good rebounder. But, I mean, he's just, I don't know. He's not that dominant. Like, when you watch him, he's not that dominant of a player. But I do really can congratulate him on this one part of his game, is that he never gives up on an offensive rebound. When the ball goes up, he's working really hard to get into position to get rebounds. That's his job. He does his job. He plays his role. He's a 7-1 center that plays his role and isn't a selfish player. That is something that a team can win a championship with, which is why I think the Timberwolves should be performing a little bit better than they are, because you're giving Karl-Anthony Towns room to work. Now, I do think Rudy Gobert does affect spacing a lot because he really can't shoot the basketball at all. I mean, he can't. It's just like things like that. You get in today's NBA, you got to be able to shoot the ball. It's super, super important, which is why Rudy Gobert is a little lower on my list than most people would have him, because most people would have Rudy Gobert as a top 10 center, or excuse me, a top 5 center in the NBA. But he's just not a top 5 center. I don't think so. Just his ability not to be able to shoot the basketball, it kind of hurts him. But he doesn't take bad shots. He always knows when to shoot the ball, when to put it up. He doesn't go outside of his comfort zone. He never shoots the mid-range. He is a smart player, and he's a very good defender, which is why a lot of players have a hard time matching up against him, because he's just got such long arms and he's a great shot blocker. So I got Rudy Gobert at number 7 on my list. And at number 6, I got Nikola Vucevic. Now, Nikola Vucevic, he's not the greatest defender like Rudy Gobert, but he can shoot the lights out. He shoots 38% from 3, and he's very good at moving without the ball, you guys. He comes off the wing like a small forward or a shooting guard, and he's always ready to shoot. He's always got his hands ready. He's always ready to shoot the ball whenever it comes his way. He's very good in the catch and shoot. I just love his IQ. He's always looking to pass the rock as well. He's not stuck posting somebody up. He doesn't have one mindset. Oh, I'm just going to score. He has multiple mindsets. Okay, I can score here. Okay, I can kick it out to him for three. Okay, this guy's cutting. I can pass it to him, give him a little nice bounce pass. I like Nikola Vucevic's game. It's very nice, and he's a good rebounder as well. He's very good at boxing out. He's not the most athletic guy on the floor, but he's good at getting position and getting rebounds. He has tremendous footwork as well. I mean, in the low post, he's very good at getting people up on ball fakes and pump fakes. He's always very good at that. That's one thing why he's very good at scoring, because he's able to get defenders in the air, draw fouls, and then also he's able to, use his footwork to his advantage to do little baby hook posts and little up and unders. I mean, just stuff like that. That's not something that athletic centers usually do. So he has to have perfect footwork. And I love all these international players where they can just shoot anywhere on the court. Like he has a great mid-range jumper, and when the 3-point range, you forget it. Like, you just might as well not even go close him out, because he's making it about 70% of the time. So Nikola Vucevic, I got him at number 6. I really hope the Bulls can pull it together. The Bulls, honestly, are not living up to expectations. They got DeMar DeRozan. They got Lonzo Ball. They got Alex Caruso. They got Nikola Vucevic. Zach LaVine. They have so many stars on that team, and they just can't seem to get it done. They got to get it done at some point in time. But Nikola Vucevic at number 6. And at number 5, I think this is going to surprise some people a little bit. I got Miles Turner. Now, Miles Turner, he's one of the best shot blocking big men in the NBA. He has over 1,000 blocks for his entire career. He's averaging 2.3 blocks per game this year. But one thing that really stands out to me this year from any previous season Miles Turner has played in the NBA is he is shooting a career high 37% from 3. Think about that for a second. In the past, he has not been able to shoot the 3 that well because his quick release, it just hasn't really worked. But he still has that quick release, and he's shooting the 3 ball at that kind of rate. I mean, forget it. And he's already really good on the inside. I mean, he's a very athletic center. He's good at running to the rim. He never gives up on the play, and he's so quick. He's lost a lot of weight. He's so quick now. He can beat any center off the dribble. Forget it. He's very good in the face up. He can take it off the dribble, use that length. No one can really block him when he goes to the right or left side. I mean, it's just very hard to defend this guy. But his shot blocking is the most important thing that he has to his game. He's the best shot blocker in the NBA. I'm just going to say that right now. I think he's the best defensive center in the NBA. Miles Turner. Miles Turner, best shot blocker in the NBA right now. But he literally, the 3-point shot has just opened up his game so much. He's became so much more versatile than he used to, which has jumped his points per game by 4 points. He's averaging 17 points per game to last year. He was averaging 13. That's really jumped. And he's got guards like Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin that are giving him the ball, feeding him in the right positions, kicking it out to him for 3. I mean, I just love Miles Turner's game. He's gotten so much better. He's improved so much as a center. And if he was just on a better team, you guys, he would be such a better player. You give him a superstar player like Giannis or LeBron or even Paul George. He played with Paul George a little early in his career. He wasn't really quite developed into the player he is now. But Miles Turner, if you put him on a team like the Celtics, plug him in at center, he's going to be averaging 20 points, 3 blocks per game, easy. Easy. So I got Miles Turner at number 5 on my list. And at number 4, I got Bam Adebayo. Now, people are going to say Bam Adebayo is not a center. He is a center. For what the Miami Heat do, he is a small ball center. Miami Heat like to play small. They're one of the smaller teams in the league. They like to run the floor. They like to push it in transition. And Bam is a center who can bring the ball up in transition and lead the transition. He's a good passer. He's good at seeing the floor. And he's very quick. He's good at beating centers off the dribble. I mean, he's just a lot faster than most centers, so he can kind of get by them easier. And he can shoot the mid-range jumper. He can pull up from anywhere. He can take 2 dribbles, fade away off the top of the key. I mean, he's just a very versatile center. And he's also a very good rebounder. That's one thing that he's very good at. He's averaging 10 rebounds per game this year. And his points per game have went up. He's averaging 21 points per game this year. I mean, he's just so dangerous on the glass. Like when the shot goes up, you got to make sure to box out Bam because he's going to be there to a tip in or he's going to be there to kick it out to Tyler Hero for a three. I mean, I just love Bam Adebayo's game. It's just he's so fun to watch. He's a very different player than most of these centers. And when he came into the NBA, he wasn't able to really do that from Kentucky. He wasn't able to really take the ball comfortably up the court and start the offense. That is something he's definitely developed since he's been in Miami. And that is something that is going to keep him in the league for a very long time. But I got Bam Adebayo at number 4 on my list. And at number 3, I got Kristaps Porzingis. Now, Kristaps Porzingis, he is one of the best centers in the NBA at shooting the three. He shoots 33% from three, but his field goal percentage is a little down. He shoots 47% from the field, but I understand why he kind of doesn't have a great field goal percentage is because whenever he gets the ball, he's trying to score. He'll force it sometimes, which is kind of bad, but most of the time he's very aggressive, which I do like about that. He puts his head down and he's trying to get to the rim or he's trying to shoot the three ball. I mean, he just has a nose for scoring, which I do love about Kristaps Porzingis because at the end of the day, the NBA is about putting the ball in the basket. If you can't put the ball in the basket, you really don't have that much value unless you can rebound and do the dirty work. But Kristaps Porzingis, for any offense that has this guy, he spaces the floor out. For a 7'3" guy, he can run in transition really well. I mean, you shouldn't see guys at 7'3" running down the floor like he does. You just shouldn't see that ever. Like ever. And he's actually very good in help defense, which is why he's so valuable on the defensive end. He's not the greatest shot blocker ever, but he's able to get in the passing lanes and really affect people's shot. Because when he's in help defense and he comes over to help real quick, the guy thought he had an open shot, but when you see a 7'3" guy just has his hands up like that, you're like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, what can I do? You can't really do anything with Kristaps Porzingis in your face. It's just something you can't really do. And I love him and Bradley Beal together. Those two will really complement each other's games because Kristaps Porzingis can pick and pop. He can pick and roll. He's very athletic as well. He can throw it down. He's had some pretty nasty dunks this year as well. But I got Kristaps Porzingis at number 3. I just want to see his field goal percentage go a little bit up. That's all I really want from Kristaps Porzingis. But other than that, he's a top 3 center in the NBA. And at number 2, we got Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid, he could have won MVP last year. He is absolutely tearing it up this year. He's averaging 33 points per game, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. He's shooting 53% from the field and 33% from three. A great shot blocker. He just never gives up on the play on the defensive end. He's always pinning the ball to the backboard. He loves doing that. And he just has such a long wingspan that he can just swat it from anywhere. He's super, super physical. Like, he is able to overpower so many guys in the league now. Like, when he gets it in the post, you get out of the way because you do not want to get hit with those elbows, bro. Like, for real, you do not want to get hit with those elbows. You need to get out of the way if you see him posting you up because you're just going to go flying into the stanchion. I mean, that's what's going to happen. You're going to go flying into a person. You're going to ruin their night. You're going to spill their beer. You're going to spill their popcorn. You don't want to be in front of Joel Embiid when he's in the post up. But one thing that is so scary about him is he takes the ball from the 3-point line, right? He does a little hop step, and then he goes up with a little English to finish the layup. But also, he has a Euro step. For a 7-footer that's 7 foot, 280 pounds to have a Euro step, Joel Embiid should not. He's defying the law of physics right now. No center should have a Euro step like he does, and he uses it all the time. To describe Joel Embiid is a Shaq with a jump shot and ball handling. He can handle the ball, and he can shoot it from anywhere. He's got that little pull-up mid-range that he likes to shoot. He can shoot the 3 ball, but also the most dangerous part about his game is his post fadeaway. He shoots that all day long. All day long. And he's got this step back jumper that is disgusting. Disgusting. Like, it's like watching Luka at 7 foot when he does those step back jumpers. You're just like, I'm sorry. What did I just watch? Like, Joel Embiid, he arguably is the best center in the league, but I'm putting it number 2 just because he doesn't pass the basketball like the best center in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. My favorite player in the NBA to watch right now is Nikola Jokic. The best, I'm going to say this, Nikola Jokic is the best passing big man of all time. No one has ever seen a center his size and his non-athletic ability be able to affect the game like this. Seriously, like you just don't see it. Like he's a 7-foot point guard. He is a 7-foot point guard. You can literally give it to him on the other end of the floor, right? Let him run the entire way up, and he will not get the ball stolen from him. He can run up and down the floor with the basketball. He can dribble. He's just got, I don't know, like, and sometimes with his passing ability, I don't even know how he knows that guy's there. Like, he'll throw the ball behind him and not even be looking at him. I'm just like, how did you even know he was there? And then the other night against the Phoenix Suns, he threw a pass to Aaron Gordon. He was like looking like this. He goes, and he just magically sees him there. Like, how does he see that? Like, how does he see that? He has incredible vision. And he's so unselfish. Like, he's always looking to pass the ball. Always. Like, he's always looking up. He's never looking down at all. He's never trying to score. That's one thing I've seen. He's never, like, trying to score. He's always looking to pass first. But if he has to score, he will. He averages 25 points per game. Last year, he averaged a triple-double. He's a back-to-back MVP, you guys. This is why he's the best center in the league. Because without him on this Nuggets team, they're not the number one team in the West. Absolutely not. It's not even close. Like, you literally look at Nikola Jokic, he's always pushing the ball up the floor. He wants to play fast. And you watch him play, and you're just like, man, he looks gassed. But, like, he's just pacing himself because he literally can run down the floor all night long. All night long. Like, he's so good at everything he does. He's a very good rebounder. He's always looking for just the easy bucket. He's always looking for the easy tip in, just something easy. Like, and his vision, it's like he's got eyes in the back of his head when he passes the ball. Like, Nikola Jokic, he has 4 eyes. He has a pair of eyes right here, and he's got a pair of eyes right there. Like, his passing, I just don't know how he sees some of these people. Like, he does have a buzz cut, so we would know if he had 4 eyes or not. But Nikola Jokic, you look at him, you're like, okay, this guy is not that athletic. He's going to be very easy to guard, but he's just so good at using his body. He has elite footwork. I just love these international guys are seriously taking over the game. They're changing the game of basketball. They're changing it for the good and for the better. They're making centers more versatile than they ever would have been if guys like this weren't coming into the NBA. Because you're looking at guys like Victor Dikembe, who are literally coming into the draft next year, and he's 7'4", and he can bring the ball up like a point guard. He's like Kevin Durant, that's 7'4". Like, what? Are you actually, like, kidding me right now? This, like, Victor Dikembe, he will literally change the NBA. He will change the game forever. He will literally make 7-footers from now on learn ball handling and learn all the skills guard have to learn. That is so scary to me. Like, that is actually so scary to think about. A guy his size handling the ball like that and shooting the 3 ball like that. Pull-up jumpers, off the dribble. Like, you're taking it to the basket, dunking it. You're going by all these smaller defenders. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I just can't believe it. But this has been my top 10 centers in the NBA. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this list and share this list with everyone. See what they think of it. If they disagree, let me know in the comments if you agree. Give me your top 10 centers in the NBA in the comment section right now. Comment your top 10 centers. But I'm Jackson Burleson. This has been another episode of the Take Podcast. And before you guys go anywhere, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Do not forget that. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Take Podcast. Thanks again.